Hey friends, today I'll be upgrading my SSD on my Xbox ROG Ally X. If you're new to PC, handhelds, or just want a simple step-by-step guide, this will be the walkthrough and everything you need to know. So don't worry, I'll make this a bit easier, beginner friendly, especially if you've never done this before. And also, as a disclaimer, please do this at your own risk. Okay, let's dive in. So here's what you'll need. Obviously your Xbox ROG Ally X, of course. You'll need a small screwdriver as well as a guitar pick. This will come in handy when you're removing the back plate of your device. And your SSD. I went with the SN7100, the 2TB version. I was contemplating on this one or the 4TB, but knowing me, I believe the 2TB is just perfect for me. I don't need that much space. And that's all you need. Let's dive in. Now, it's always best to use a soft surface. I decided to go with a towel. I could have used my mat, but I'd rather be on the safe side to protect the screen as well as my thumbsticks. And let's continue. So first, it's best to point out what screws you should be removing. These top three. These as well. I'm not sure if I believe these come out. And these three at the bottom. I just wanted to go over one more time. So these three, I'll probably have a picture up so you guys can see. This two and these three at the bottom. Let me make sure there's nothing at the top. No. For the fun part, I have to see. I actually don't know what size this is. I don't know what size this is, but we'll start with this. I'm going to be honest, with this lighting, I barely could see. I guess this one works. It's coming out. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm a professional, but I am somebody who loves to tinker with my products. I have been building PCs for quite some time, so I'm very comfortable with doing this one in here. As I was stating, you don't want to overly do it because you don't want to strip the screw. So you see how I'm doing this? I can't even see the screws all the way. Or should I use this one? Maybe that screw is too small. This one is too big. I think I'll just use this one. We want to be on the safe side. Let me see if this, yeah, it should be this. I actually don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully not too long. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to strip this. Because if I do, I'm SOL actually. Also, honestly, make sure you have the screws that work for these because I really hope I do. And I'm just unscrewing stuff and it's not coming out. Okay, this one is coming out. You guys can see. Yeah, let's move that. I don't want to scratch up my screen. Okay, this one is out. Okay, those are long screws. These are probably really small. Probably gonna have to use this one because I don't want to strip it. Are little screws, so This is gonna be a pain. You know what, let me do these because so you guys can see. Use this one. This one is what I used before. Yeah, so as I stated, I'm not a professional. So these long screws were very simple to come out. It's this part that is very annoying. Yeah, they're turning. Okay, so these are the screws for it. I just have to be patient. So patience goes a very long way. Thing is, I'm not sure if they're gonna come out all the way, but I'm trying to loosen it as much as possible. So they do come out. This one is very stubborn. This one right here. This one is very stubborn. Now it's coming out. Yeah, so just be very patient when you're removing these screws. There we go. Okay, that one is out, and let's make sure this one comes out as well. Now we're gonna do these. Yeah, these are easier to come out. Put that on the side. I usually put it in my clear case, but that's okay. Let's put this to the side. This one. See, this is lifted. Okay, so this part I can tell. You can tell that's the loose because right here, and I think what clicked is the clips that did that. So let's see if we can get this part to do that as well. And I was like, what is clicking? And I'm like, oh yeah. That's supposed to happen. I have all this light and I still cannot see. This is probably the most annoying. Trying to get the light just right because I don't want to strip this. It's always best to start from the left. So let me see. Let's see how easy this is gonna prop open. Definitely be careful because look, I already see if I can use my nails. Be very gentle. My devices are always very stubborn. So as you're going around, you should be hearing clicks. This is just fun. It's always a bit nerve-wracking because you don't want to break anything. Yep, there's that click right there. And this part is always very stubborn. I also have to make sure I don't press the power button. Yeah, so what you want to hear, like I stated, is the click. If you don't hear the click, it's not gonna come out. All right, I'm gonna take this out. I'll come back in a bit. All right, it took some time to actually remove the clips. That was actually what was giving me trouble. Just make sure you take time to remove the clips. I also advise to go really slow because you don't want to mess anything up. You just want to get in and get out. Okay, so it's always best to remove the battery. I was told that you can go up, but I think for this time around, I'm just going to remove the SSD and get out. I haven't turned the device on. I don't want to touch anything, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just remove the SSD. Okay, so I'm gonna work around it. I think this will be the best time to actually open this. All right, even hasn't even begun. Here we are at the. I always like how small they are. All right, I'm actually gonna use this heat sink. I did not buy one. I did not buy one. But like I stated, if you can, you should remove this. But for the purposes of this video and wanting to get in and get out, I'm not gonna remove this connector, the battery connector. The device has not been turned on. I usually like to touch metal because you're going into the device. And we're going to unscrew this. There we go. Yep. You're gonna just unscrew the old SSD. Kind of want to try this one. Yep, this one is better. This is too big. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that clip there, and then we're gonna slowly just remove this. Thankfully, it's very slim. You don't wanna. There we go. Ooh, that was. Okay, this is an SSD that was provided. Put this to the side since I'm going to grab my own. Let me just keep it like this for a second so I can unpeel the heat sink. Unpeel the heat sink. So I always usually use or actually buy a SSD with the heatsink, so this is actually my first time doing this. Just unpeel very slowly. There we go. We're gonna just place this. Wait, hold on. I actually want to align it correctly. Okay, I think that's good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it's covering the SSD, we're good to go. I think this is good. It's kind of a little crooked, but whatevs. As long as it covers it. We're gonna lightly press. Let's just make sure it's on. Where it gets a bit tricky because we want it to be connected. Should just pop right in. and gently place it. And that is that. Now we're going to work in reverse order. We're going to hold that in place. I'm actually gonna grab the screws and I'm happy the heat sink just sticks. Okay, very well. And that's it. Now we're just gonna put the screws back and power this device on. So stay tuned for that. And just like that, we have officially upgraded to a 2 terabyte SSD. Now, powering it on for the first time, I saw in the instructions you put it here and make sure it's in the second portion. Upgrading to an SSD, make sure your device is plugged in because as you saw previously with the ribbon, there's a part where there's a charger indicator and it has to be, you know, basically powered on again. And what you do to get into BIOS, I'm actually just turning it on for the first time. So So once you're in the advanced tab, you will go to Asus Cloud Recovery and you'll click A. You guys can see that, right? Let me just zoom in so you guys can see much better. I think this is better. Okay, yeah, so you click A. This is the right action. So it's gonna prompt you to input your Wi-Fi password. So let me get that done and I'll be right back. Now once you're prompt, just let it do its thing. There will be so many prompts you'll have to do. Just let it download, you know, do what needs to be done because this step will take a while. Yeah, and once you're here, like I stated, just leave it alone, do not touch it. I see people say they have technical difficulties. The reason that is because you're touching the device. Just leave it alone, don't touch it. I'll be back when this is done. Now, just let Windows do its thing. Do not touch anything like I stated. It's probably gonna take a while, like I said. So sit back and wait for it to be done. I don't know how long specifically it's gonna take. It could be up to an hour or two, but yeah. Okay, now we're gonna continue. Okay, so once you get here, there's no files to back up, so we're gonna click no. This is a fresh install. Yes, I'm sure. Now just let it do its thing. Don't touch. I'm gonna be saying that a lot in this video. Just let it do its thing. Now, once all the installing is done, you should be prompt to this page. Once you're here, excellent. Now you're going to continue to be prompt with probably accepting terms or registering your ROG Ally X, but I'm going to go through the steps and then I'll be back in a bit. Like I stated, agreements to accept. You'll be prompted to name your device. You can name it whatever you want. I just stuck with something very simple. Now you just let Windows download and do its thing. Again, like I stated previously throughout the video, do not touch it. Now you'll be prompted to sign in, and go ahead and do so, and we'll come back. Once you're signed in, you'll be prompted to use your fingerprint, or you can skip. For me, I am gonna set it up so I don't have to keep inputting a PIN or my password. Give me a second. Actually, it does ask you to set up a PIN, so I guess I'll do that as well, and we'll come back. Once you've entered a PIN, you'll be asked to register your device. You're already signed in, so that part should be filled automatically. This device also comes with Game Pass Premium. We are currently in the Xbox full experience, but before actually using the full screen experience, you'll probably be prompted to the Microsoft Store, so make sure you just update everything. That way the Xbox app also updates. We are now in the Xbox full experience. What I would do is check 𝗪𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗘. Servers are good. Now that it's disinstalled, we're just gonna put, sure, leave it in dark mode. Now we're gonna go to the update centers to make sure all drives and everything else needs to be updated. So after I finish checking, as you can see, the drivers need to be updated. So go ahead and let that do its thing. And we are now back in Xbox full experience mode. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to desktop. Now we're in desktop, and what I'm gonna do is make sure the drives are formatted. So now we're gonna make sure our drives are actually formatted. So what you do is you type in disk management. And you can see it already says create and format hard drive partitions. And as you can see, my drives are set. I don't really need to format it because it's already been formatted. NTFS, which means new technology file system, in layman's terms, is basically the default system for Windows. So now to get back to Xbox full experience, we just do Xbox full experience and it will restart. I would just rather click what's best. Now we are officially back in Xbox full experience. And there you have it. Also, I forgot to mention that I do have a micro SD that I will be inputting. It's the 1 TB. I'll be putting that in. This is where all my ROMs and emulation will go. And that's it. The SSD upgrade and cloud recovery on my Xbox ROG Ally X. It's really nice to have the option to update your storage. Maybe later down the line, I might do this 4 TB, but I don't think it's necessary for me. But if you made it this far and this video was helpful to you, please be sure to let me know. I love having the opportunity to help you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.